Greetings, everyone. This is Kevin McNulty with another Mac Nugget. I believe nuggets. I believe in them. I believe that people can only remember so much, but if you can remember something, it can change your life forever. It doesn't take a lot to change. It just takes a great idea, a great thought, a great inspiration, a great movement, a great something that you can believe in, something you can have passion for, and then your life can be new. So these McNuggets, they count. They will change your life. I want to talk to you today about walking on water. You know, I don't recall anybody walking on water. I remember the Israelites walking across the Dead Sea on ground, but Jesus, as far as I know, was the first one to just walk on water. And the interesting thing was that story of him walking on water was not just him walking on water. Once Peter saw, and all of them saw, all the disciples saw this Jesus on the water, it stirred 11 of them to think it was a ghost, to hunker back and to be afraid. But it stirred Peter to say, if that is you, Lord, then command me to come to you on the water. And what was Jesus going to say? Of course he had to say come, because it was him. So what else? I mean, how else could he respond to that? It is me, so come on the water. So here you have what I think is a very important little nugget for your life, is that you can't do what you can't see. Peter never tried. He was a fisherman, so he was on the water every day of his life, but he never tried to walk on water. But when he saw somebody else walking on water, he said, I can do that. And so he got out on the boat and he started to walk. Forget about all the rest of the story about him falling on the water. The fact that he walked on the water is the most important thing. And I really believe this, is that because he saw somebody walking on water, he believed in himself that he could walk on water. And that's how I like to view my ministry, is that really my ministry didn't come through learning a lot of theology or going to a theological school. My ministry is started by me just looking at what other people, what results they were getting in ministry. And when I saw they were getting miracles, then I was expecting miracles. When I saw that they were praying in a new tongue, then I asked the Lord for a new tongue. When I saw that they could cast out devils, then I said, I can cast out devils. Whatever I could see that somebody else was doing, then I also said, I want to do that too. And I practiced it. I just went out and started to exercise that. And no matter what the results, I wanted to practice and see. And because I wanted to discover this Jesus in the Bible, not the Jesus in history, but the Jesus that was alive from the dead. That's the Jesus I wanted to know. That's the Jesus I wanted to follow. And that's the Jesus I wanted to imitate. So that's what's today. We're talking about walking on water. And that means, what it means to me and what it should mean to you is, life is unlimited. When you met Jesus, you met an unlimited source of love, an unlimited source of peace, an unlimited source of possibilities for your dreams, an unlimited source of health for your body, an unlimited source of miracles in your life. And there is no ceiling on your life now, because there's no ceiling on his life, and he has decided to live his life in you and through you. So we're talking about walking on water. Here's how I would recommend, I was writing down, how would I recommend you begin with this concept, because it is such an important concept for today with the limitations that people are facing. They say they're limited in their job opportunities, they're limited in their education, they're limited in their roles at church. So I want you to do this, to unloose those limitations. I want you to find a passion, find a person, and find some additional time. Find a passion, find a person, and find some additional time. Find a passion. Something that you can commit to, something that you want to go after, something that you are willing to lay down your time, your thoughts, and your life for. I know that I failed in Spanish when I was young, and when I met Jesus, and he told me to go to Spain, I told him, don't you remember that I failed in Spanish? It was the only thing I ever failed in was language. But when he said, you're going there, I then went back to school and got straight A's, highest marks in Spanish. Well, what was the difference between failure and very good success? The difference was I developed a passion for it. I saw a use for it, importance for it. So do a little self-evaluation today and decide, what is it that I have a passion for? Where can I sink my teeth, my time? Where can I put my efforts to make a difference? Seek that, find that passion, and then find a person. In other words, yes, because Jesus is alive and he lives in you, you can do a lot of things. But find a person who already is doing what you want to do and follow them. Pay the price to follow them, to help them, to walk with them, to hear them, to see them in action. Why? Because that will, just like Peter on the water, that will save you years of time in practice. Now, I never did walk on water personally. I did try, though. I said, well, it's in the Bible. So I did try to walk on water, but actually I didn't stay up on the water. But that's okay. But find a passion of something that you want to do and find somebody who's doing it and start to study them, start to think like them, start to be involved with what they're doing. And what happens to them where they have made that road into that part of the world, into that ministry or into that job or into that resource, whatever it is that is stirring in you, then you will discover insights of how they did it, and it will save you a lot of energy and no wasted time. The third thing I said was find some time. In other words, we live in a very busy society, and a lot of our busyness is not busy, critical business. It's not like you're having to pay a bill tomorrow. A lot of your busyness is you're just filling up your time with extra things, with entertainment. It could be any one of our electronic devices. It could be any one of the programs that the city offers, the state offers, the nation offers. It could be a distraction from any one of your friends. So find some time. In other words, you're not busy enough, where you're so busy where you can't pursue your passion. And that passion will come with a price, but that price will be nothing compared to the reward of accomplishing what was in your heart to do. So that's why when you want to walk on water, I recommend those 3 simple things. And I remember I really learned from a guy who actually was following what we were doing. He was head of one of the major, if not the largest, success seminar programs in America. And one day I found him as I was walking in the rain, in the mud, in Bulgaria. I looked, and there was this gentleman walking next to me in the mud, in this cold, rainy environment. And I looked at him and I said, what is it? Why? Aren't you him? I didn't want to mention his name. I said, aren't you this guy? And he said, yes, I am. I said, what are you doing in the mud with us in Bulgaria? He says, I know what you're doing. I have in my heart to do it. And I want to learn it from the best. So I want to learn it from Dr. Osborne. I want to see you in action. I want to see him in action. I want to see it because I want it in my life. Here's a man who traveled thousands and thousands of miles just to take a look at somebody who is doing what he wanted to do in his future. So I encourage you, walk on water today. Find that you might say, oh, that's impossible. It's too late. I'm too old. I'm too weak. I'm not educated enough. Whatever that is that might have stopped you from your passion, remember that God has put that in your heart, and he will fulfill it. Shoot for the 120 years that he's provided in Scripture. It says in Genesis chapter 6, the 120 years. Well, shoot for that if you need more time. But keep going after it. Make your life exciting, happy, fulfilling, and challenging. And don't give up for anything less than that. This is Kevin McNulty, and this is your Mac Nugget today. God bless you.